Welcome to the super fun game review podcast. Go Mega Ultra Between Review Show. Down.
Welcome to MUBRS.
The MUBRS.
MUBRS. I don't know what it was, but that just happened.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Not even going to address it.
No, but you just did.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. This week, we're going to be doing another MUBRS with our retrospective. And we're going to be talking about a few consoles, actually. We're going to be talking about a series of GameBoys.
All the Game Boys. You would notice it will be Harry, Joe, and myself. Mr. Clark is not here tonight. He said something about a pink sock being stuck, and he couldn't get it back in. So I'm not sure. Probably should just Google it to see what the hell's going on. I don't know. I don't have time. Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody listening won't know what you're talking about. Google it.
Yeah.
And be like, fuck, I'm done with this show.
Yeah. Either that or, hey, you're getting some sort of education. I'm just, there you go. You're welcome. Hey, come on. I brought up sounding and docking before. Some pink sock isn't too bad.
Yeah, but docking's cool.
It is. I mean, that's
trending.
I love boats.
Yeah.
Motorboats.
You kidding me? Joe's got a fucking cruise ship going on. I like boats too.
Fucking check out this sail.
Fucking rudders for days.
I'm going to raise this motherfucking mast. Solid oak. Before we get into our Game Boy series, we're going to let you know about Deep Creek Glassworks. Works.
Is that the new thing? Work.
I mean,
Just do background of that the entire commercial.
yeah. Work. Rihanna might
I'll add
sue
it in
us.
post.
Yeah.
Just make it louder and louder.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an avid listener, you know about Deep Creek Glassworks and their awesome product that they put out. Pendants, functional like glassware, because it's glass, but like beer glasses, ornaments, like just in time for the season. High quality craftsmanship that goes into this, and every single piece is unique in its own way because every single one is done by hand. So you definitely need to go check them out, support them. They've been supporting us for years, so it's the least you can do. Just go check it out, man. DeepCreekGlassworks.com. Works is WORX. You find them on Etsy, Instagram, all under Deep Creek Glassworks. And if you're local to Southeast PA, for the probably by the time this comes out, there's one weekend left. They will be in Bethlehem at the Chris Kindle Mart. If you come next Sunday, yeah,
That's my coming day.
yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah, but if you guys come
Make the
by,
Lord repent.
yeah, repent this. If you stop by Sunday, December 19th, I will be helping Tanner man the booth. So not only will you get an awesome gift for yourself, a loved one, someone that you don't like and just want to hit them with some good high-quality glass.
I like
you'll
to get
meet
little
me.
chips and roll it into snowballs this time of year.
Yeah? Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Wow.
And that'll work out. You know what won't chip? Deep Creek Glassworks.
You can throw it as hard as you can at Josh. It's not going to chip.
Yeah, but because fuck Josh and Ben.
Wherever you're ordering from, whether it be in person, online, or whatever, make sure you use the code SUPERFUN.
Yeah, 10% off your first purchase and free shipping in crush-resistant boxes, and that's pretty dope. So, deepcreekglassworks.com, WORX. Today. All right.
So, as I mentioned, we're going to be discussing a few consoles. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of experience with all consoles, so this was just the first time this is coming up. But we're going to be kind of packaging a few similar consoles together as we move forward with these. Not saying that every consecutive MUBRS from here on out is going to be a package like this. We're kind of trying to spread them out, but just as a warning, it will happen because of our experience.
Yeah. Plus,
Sometimes you just got to spread out the
platforms.
package.
yeah.
Yes.
I know. Spread that package.
Spiderweb is brutal.
Not to mention how many Game Boys. I mean, it just seems fitting to kind of be like the Game Boy brand. I think is just pretty much where it's at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let me start off with some history here. So the Nintendo Game Boy was superseded by the Game & Watch. So we're starting with the Game Boy OG. Was released in 1989 or 90, depending on your region. This handheld console had 4 colors.
Whoa.
And launched, yeah.
4 whole colors.
So each of the different grays counted as like a color, basically.
You had dark gray, kind of dark gray,
Yeah.
lighter gray, really light gray.
Yeah. Well, they actually used the green as a color.
Yeah.
So there was 3 grays and a green.
Basically.
The quadruple G.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it had 4 colors and launched with 5 games. Now, the hilarious part about that to me is that it launched with 5 games in North America, and in North America, it launched a year after Japan. And so by the time it launched in North America, which was 1 year later, there was actually a total of 6 games.
Whoa.
Yeah. Not a lot of games.
No.
There were some pretty heavy hitters, though. I'm going to not mention those now because we'll probably mention most of them later.
Dig it. Now, if we don't mention any of the original ones, we'll just throw that in at some point because if there's 5 of them, there's like your honorable
Some of them
mention.
were like, I'll mention one that's probably not going to come in. It's Alleyway, which was just like a generic bowling
Fuck,
game.
that was my number 1.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
But anyways, so one thing that I think a lot of people that had this console remember was the sheer weight. This console was a handheld console and weighed 1/2 pound. Without batteries.
4 AAA fucking batteries.
Yeah, and took 4 AAAs. So once you added the batteries in, it was 3/4 of a pound. It was a hefty beast.
Yeah.
So that console sold 64 million units in its life cycle.
Yeah. Fucking big old brick.
Yep, big old fucking brick. There were a couple iterations of that console. They came out just like they do with consoles now, where they come out with like a slim version or different skins and shit like that. That's not something new.
Yeah.
They've been doing that for 30 years.
Ugh.
Yeah. Now, are you still going through history, or
Yes.
at one point we're just going to start going?
So I'm going to go through the
different-
history for all the consoles, and
All
then
right,
we'll
sweet.
go into the game
Okay,
stuff.
cool.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other next version of Game Boy that we'll be talking about is the Game Boy Color.
I got that for
This
Easter.
is my bread and butter right here.
Yep.
So the Game Boy Color launched in 1998 and had a slightly larger screen at 2.3 inches. The original, for reference, had 1.9 inch.
That's how I
screen.
used to measure my penis. Yeah. I was like, is this a Game Boy?
Yeah. I almost got it. I'm getting there.
Check out this color.
It's flesh. I got beige on my screen. Son of a bitch.
So the Game Boy Color supported a full 15-bit color palette and supported 32 simultaneous colors and launched with 4 titles in North America.
Bam.
And for sales reference, the Game Boy Color sold 54 million units.
Yeah. So, what was that? 10 million less than the original then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
And the third, rounding out the Game Boy session, will be the Game Boy Advanced. Game Boy Advance launched in 2001 and sold 81 million units before discontinuing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
They sold it all the way through 2010.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I knew one person that had a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, and he's not here tonight.
No.
Oh. I was going to say, Sweet Boy Kyle had one. And
did he?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Were you suggesting that Clark had one?
Clark had one,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, Hamill had one. That's who I knew.
Oh, okay, we all know somebody. And then Kyle actually gave me his. He's like, I got another one. I think when he got
Man,
like
you
the
are
3
king of hand-me-down consoles.
Dude, I fucking love it. I'm
All
poor.
the way from fucking Blockbuster. Just bring
hey,
them on.
Hey, I rented from Blockbuster, okay? I did not own. You son of a bitch.
Yeah,
and
you loved your consoles used and abused.
Yeah, I did. That's why I bought your fucking PS2.
And my Xbox.
And your Xbox. I still have one of those.
So yeah, where was I? 81 million units. Yep. So the Advanced shipped with an even larger screen
It gets bigger. That's what Harry says.
at 2.9 inches.
Whoa, shit.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, nuts.
And It was the first Game Boy with shoulder buttons.
Yes, it was.
The Advance also supported 15 bits color palette, just like the Game Boy Color. However, it could support 512 simultaneous colors.
Wow.
And its general game performance was comparable to the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that was a pretty dope little handheld system there.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
It was a good one. Unfortunately, it was kind of at the end of my personal, like, handheld gaming needs.
Right.
You know, being that came out right around the time I started working, I didn't have a whole lot more time to do that kind of stuff. I really had to start digging into, you know, what I actually wanted to play because I didn't have time to play everything anymore.
Right.
Fucking kids.
Yeah. Goddamn kids.
Yeah, I don't know. So I guess my history with these consoles, I totally bypassed the regular Game Boy. I've seen people play on it. I may have played maybe 30 minutes total of regular Game Boy. My mom got all of us Game Boy Colors
Oh, really? Okay. So
Wow, all of you.
for Christmas
I
the
have a
one
similar
year.
story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she
There you go.
She got, I think, my sister a pink one, my brother the green one, and I got the purple one.
Okay.
The purple one was fucking dope.
No, I still got it. It's
yeah.
It's like, well, it's fucking.
It's over there somewhere.
It's somewhere.
yeah.
And then I kind of aged out of handheld systems by the time like Game Boy Advance kind of came out. I was like, the consoles blow these handhelds out of the water.
Right.
Yeah.
And it, like the Game Boys were kind of at that age before you can drive, so you're in the car a lot.
Yes,
And
exactly.
your parents are driving you places, and you got to pass the time because you can only stare out the window so fucking long.
And
I
they're
can only pretend I'm riding a motorcycle down the shoulder for so many hours.
And they're so sick and tired of hearing, "Are we there yet? I gotta pee." It's like, just fucking play this.
Yeah.
So, Game Boy Color kind of fell right in that niche of
Perfect timing for you.
yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
So I have almost a very, very similar story. My parents, I'm the youngest of four, so my parents, the Christmas of 1993, bought us all the original Game Boy.
Yeah.
And we all got different games. So I couldn't remember what year it was, so I had to look up kind of what games were out when
Right.
and things like that to figure it out. But yeah, so we got all four of us got the Game Boy. And it was the same thing, like road trips. Like my parents have a cabin, and it was like 4.5 hours to drive there. So it was awesome using the Game Boy to go on road trips. The unfortunate part of it not having a backlight was that you also had to then splurge the money for the fucking the magnifier with the light on it.
Oh
so you
yeah,
can
that
actually
fucking
play.
thing.
Yeah,
Yo,
wait, I'm getting into that.
Okay, yeah.
Getting
We need
into
to
that.
talk about the accessories for Game Boy.
Yeah. We'll get into the accessories before we get to the games because they are clutch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to have the light because it was like we would leave Friday nights after my parents got done work or whatever, and we would always be driving in the dark, and I was like, this thing is fucking useless without this light. Like I have to have it.
Yeah, waiting for like fucking street lights so you get a
Pause the
glimpse.
game between street lights or whatever, or like we're going through like the Lehigh Tunnel. I'm like, oh my god, I got like 2 minutes I can play. Like, but yeah, I have so many vivid memories of just like going on road trips, playing my Game Boy, and enjoying the fuck out of it. And similar story, I had a Game Boy Color. I don't even really remember how I got it.
Oh,
to be honest
hold on.
with you.
The more important question: what color was it?
Teal.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Yeah,
Yes.
the teal.
Yeah. So I had the teal Game Boy Color. I never actually had a Game Boy Color game though. I just played all of my original Game Boy games on
Oh,
because
there you go.
What a waste!
And that's right.
Oh man, I can see the grays way better now.
so the Game Boy Color did translate some of those things to actual color.
Yeah, some of the games that were for Game Boy could be like
If you put them in a color, they would be
upgraded.
color or
I
whatever.
guess you can. Well, still for the time, upgraded to where it's like, oh wow, now I can see a little bit of red.
I think the biggest upgrade was it didn't have that green background.
Yeah.
It
Oh
was
yeah.
like
it was
a-
more gray background.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
just a very neutral color.
Yep.
Yeah. Upgrading from the Game Boy to Game Boy Color with the same game was basically the same as going from a Game Boy Color to a Super Game Boy as far as like getting that
Okay.
super resolution.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about Super Game Boy too. That thing was pimp.
Yeah, it was.
That was my first eBay purchase ever.
Nice. Steve, what's your kind of history or experience with the Game Boy?
So I also started off with the original Game Boy. I don't remember if it was bought for me or if that was another hand-me-down from like one of
Nice.
it was one of my cousins, and they're
Got
like,
'em.
just give this to Steven. It's like, who gives a shit? I have another thing to play now.
And they chucked it at your head too.
Probably.
Give this fucking thing to Steven.
Yeah,
Fucking kill him.
probably. I got hit a lot as a kid, so I mean, it's. Oh, I'll weep later. But yeah, I started with the original giant ass brick of the OG Game Boy. Many of hours put onto that. Same thing. I remember sitting in the back seat of the car trying to play, and then it was just super fucking difficult because no backlighting and whatnot. And I'm in with the accessories too, because my mom's biggest thing was he's going to strain his eyes, and he's going to strain his eyes and bitch about the ride. So let's get him the fucking peripherals. So we'll wait to get into that. And then I remember, I think it was Easter of 7th grade or 6th grade. One of those is I got the Game Boy Color with a game, which is
Color?
on my, yes.
Which color Game Boy?
Purple.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, purple, like the see-through purple one.
Oh, the see-through. I was talking
Yeah.
about the solid purple.
no,
I got.
I had the translucent purple.
Damn.
I still have that somewhere.
Yeah, I think I have that one too, though.
Yeah.
I have the translucent purple 64 controller, but not that Game
Oh,
Boy.
okay. Yeah, my mom got me. It was because the Easter Bunny, or at least my mom got me an Easter basket, and instead of just candy, are you really looking for it now? He's excited.
He's so bothered by not being able to see it out of the corner of his eye that he needs to get it
Yeah.
and put it on display for us.
Do it. Either way. Oh yeah, look at that too. The solid purple, and
They both
there it
have the
is.
same game.
The same fucking
They both
game.
have the same game in them.
Just for reference, I can talk about some of these.
Pokemon Gold. Oh yeah, there we go. Are they Pelican? Yeah, it's fucking Pelican, of course.
Yeah.
The third party.
Pretty
Anyway,
much had to be.
yeah. So my mom got me an Easter basket, and she always put like bigger presents in my Easter basket. And my present that year was this exact Game Boy Color with the one game that basically stayed in it forever for the most part. We'll get to lists. And then I got the Game Boy Advance from Sweet Boy Kyle Page, and I think there was 2 games which didn't make the list, but I'll at least say it. I think he gave me Fire Emblem and Legend of Zelda 4 Swords.
Okay.
Those were the ones that came with it, and I still played the shit out of them. It's just when I think of like my list and whatnot, like this and the original Game Boy, I'm touching the Game Boy
Spent
Color.
a lot of time.
Those two really took up the majority of my time, because by the time the Advance came into my life, I was already in like the consoles with like PlayStation and and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's my history. So I mean, do we want to go right into?
Oh, I got a couple.
Right.
I got another story that I got to
right.
lay out. It's not a great story, but it's very fucking memorable.
Go ahead.
Very
go ahead.
vivid.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I've lost a certain portion of my innocence in my life, and the Game Boy Color was a part of that.
Really? Did somebody use the Game Boy camera and print off porn?
Oh no!
I was going to say, I didn't know that you could actually fit something this wide up your asshole.
So I got really sick at one point when I was, I don't know, 11, 12, 13, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the hospital. I remember sitting in the lobby playing my Game Boy Color before I got my first catheter.
Oh God.
His first.
My first and only. I'll leave it at that. It's just I got a lot more life left to live, so who knows?
It turns on.
Nice. Oh, but it's scrambled, so it's not, the cartridge isn't all the way down, or you got to blow in it. There is another
Good old
thing.
days.
Yeah.
There's another thing I want to talk about with the Game Boy Color, because I kind of remember this now that I'm looking at it. Do you guys remember when you know your batteries are starting to die, and the little red light gets a little dimmer and dimmer
Yeah. You see
as
go
it
down,
slowly
you're like,
fades. You're like, oh, I gotta save, gotta save.
Assuming you could save in that game.
Yes.
Yeah, really.
But no, I kind of remember that, and just seeing that really strong red when you get fresh batteries in there, such a satisfying.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm full
So
right
be
now.
glad you had that, because the original Game Boy didn't have a status LED.
Yeah,
No, it was just red
It was-
or nothing.
Yeah, you could tell by the back, the screen getting dimmer. The whole screen would dim out.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, fuck.
That fucking battery light was bright as fuck, but your screen looked
Yeah.
like shit.
Yeah. They put all the funding into the
They
battery
did.
light.
We need to make sure that this light says I'm here until it isn't.
Yeah.
But no, I just kind of remember that. And like, if you turn it off for a couple minutes, and then you turn it back on, you're like, I
You
can get
get
like
a little
three,
bit.
4 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh fuck! You know, you even said I completely forgot about the Game Boy printer.
Yeah, so let's go back a couple accessories. I want to go back to the OG Game Boy.
Okay.
ones,
Yeah,
'cause those
yeah,
are the
yeah,
ones
yeah,
I'm more
dude.
familiar
Yeah,
with.
let's
Go for
do
it.
that.
Go for it.
So, because the Game Boy Color didn't have all the same accessories that the Game Boy did, and like, so there were a few key ones, right? Pretty much everybody that I knew had the original Game Boy had the adapter to put a magnifying glass on it
It had
to make the screen look bigger. Some of them had speakers, and then obviously the light that the one I had with the magnifying glass had light on the back of the magnifying glass to shine at the screen,
Yeah,
and that was fucking key. Like, you had to have it to play it.
I'm pretty sure that now that I think about it, that my Game Boy itself was probably a hand-me-down because I think Mom splurged on that accessory, because I remembered, and just think about how fucking heavy we were talking about the regular Game Boy.
Yeah.
She got me the one that had the pull-out magnifying glass.
Yeah.
That had the backlight, and it had speakers on it too. So I mean, we're adding like
It's fucking ridiculous.
we're adding like a full 1/2 to 3/4 of a pound on this fucking thing, and I mean, you're holding it, and it's just, it also had like the extra, like the bigger D-pad and buttons too.
Which is stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but when we're playing this back in the time when it came out, your hands are fucking tiny.
I
You don't
couldn't imagine
need
playing
that.
a Game Boy Color now.
No,
That's
Well, I
not that bad.
mean,
I was
actually-
doing it like 6 months ago.
I'm not gonna lie. I could, and I'm also not gonna lie even more. The next time I fly, I think I'm just gonna try to find my fucking Game Boy Color and take that.
It's not a bad idea.
Because that's a lot better than trying to play shit like on the phone
On
with
your
like
phone,
the
yeah.
screen prompt with the screen like
That's
the
why I
emulators
pre-ordered
and
the
shit.
Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Talk about that in another episode.
Yeah.
Actually, so like 6 months ago, right? This was like right around time of the wedding, and I shouldn't have been spending money. I picked up the Game Boy Color. I was like, I just want to play some Pokemon Gold for shits and giggles. And then I was playing for like, I think I played for like a couple days, just like all night while we were watching TV. And then I was
Yeah.
like, fuck this. They redid Gold as Heart Gold. I
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
an entire DS and like the fucking games, and they're like $80 a piece.
When you were saving for the wedding,
Yeah.
did Leanne know that you actually bought this?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
Well, you're married
Well,
now,
she
so
saw it
doesn't
show
matter.
up,
Good.
and I was like, "Oh yeah, no, I got a really good deal on it."
Of course.
Good man.
Listeners, that's what you always say to your spouse.
Good man. I got a really good deal on it.
But yeah, no, I ended up getting 2 DSs and then a Heart Gold and Heart Silver, so I could trade the Pokemon and everything. So
Okay.
it was a little bit of an event.
At first, when you said it's like I got 2 DSs, like why the fuck would you? And then the
Well,
2 versions,
I
and
had
then it's
one.
like okay.
You know what? I lied. I didn't buy 2. I had one from college.
Oh, okay.
Because my roommate, he smashed my bong, so I took his DS.
Okay. Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's.
I mean, that's a fair trade.
Yeah. He didn't know though.
That's fine.
Nice.
I think I remember you telling me it's like.
So you bought a DS and you didn't buy a 3DS?
Yeah. No. I just got
What
a
a
DS.
waste.
Yeah. Whatever. Don't judge.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So the accessories. So the other huge one, not as many people that I knew had it, but that was awesome, was there was a camera that you
Yeah.
could attach to it. Now the Game Boy has like a proprietary plug or whatever that's basically kind of like a USB, if you want to think it like that.
Yeah.
And you could plug a whole bunch of shit in. And it had a camera that would mount on the top of it, and you could basically take selfies with it or whatever.
It was like an old version of like a fucking webcam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could also plug in your printer and print off any pictures that you took.
I remember,
And it would print like receipt paper style.
yeah, like it would just like roll out. I remember my my best friend at the time, John. He had the Game Boy camera. He was also the one who had Super Game Boy. I mean, he and I, like, when we would hang out, because we were like pretty close to the same age, and our dads were friends, so they were good drinking buddies. So of course we hung out like all the time, which was fucking great. And he's like, I got this new thing. You need to check it out. I'm like, what? I think that's also the one who had that the Sega Saturn, to throw back to another retro.
So he was the kid that had everything.
Kind of, yeah. Or at least he had stuff that I didn't have, and I had stuff that he didn't have. So it really worked out in kind of like a balance between the two.
Hamill was that kid that had all the video game shit.
Gotcha. But yeah,
Joe and I had the same amount collectively that Hamill had by
Yeah.
himself.
But I just remember when he had that, and it was like, I got the little camera thing. I'm like, what? And we're just like taking stupid pictures because we're like fucking.
Yeah, there's like
7
fucking
years
40
old or
pixels
8
on the picture because it's
Yeah.
like the same resolution that you would have on the Game Boy is what it prints. Like,
Right.
it's not good.
No, you're pixelated. But at the same time, it was the coolest fucking thing at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're using a Game Boy as like a Polaroid.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to think of like another one. We can move on to the color because I can't remember any other huge standout ones for the original Game Boy.
Right, because I think the only other like accessories that I had, it was basically the same thing, but for the Game Boy Color. Mm-hmm. Although at least I know, for the OG Game Boy, I had like the Nintendo brand. It's when Game Boy Color came out is when I started learning about Pelican.
Yeah, I had all the Nintendo brand stuff on my original Game Boy.
Yeah, when it came to Game Boy Color, because my mom was like, "Oh, well, at some point I'm going to get you like to magnify it to make it a little bigger." So I think I had the magnification and the like over button like layout, and that was pretty much like my accessories for Game Boy Color. But that was where it's like first introduction to third party Pelican, which hung around for a long time to develop their third-party stuff. Those were the controllers you always gave your friend when they came over.
Oh yeah, they were. That was shit.
Yeah.
I mean, so
This
isn't the whole.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it totally is.
Totally
that isn't
garbage.
the whole package deal. So I had the battery pack, which you have there.
Yeah.
I had the buttons, the larger buttons.
Yeah, so
I had-
basically there's a button kit that goes over the Game Boy Color that he
but
has.
it doesn't even look bigger. It's just
No, the buttons are like the same size.
they just feel cheaper.
Yeah,
than the actual
totally
buttons.
And it's, I guess the idea is to make the D-pad more of like an easier way to hit the directional.
I guess it wasn't that bad though.
I used it anyway.
Anyway, so I lost some stuff over the years, but I also had the slide down magnifier that folds out and
Yeah.
has the light on it, which was the only way you could play it at night.
But yeah,
And
still
it was irritating too because it always like diluted the image by magnifying it,
yeah.
which I was like, yeah, this looks like shit now. But in addition, I would always play with my headphones, so I'd have the aux at the bottom plugged in as well. So it was like this whole
Oh, yeah. There's a
Conglomerate.
clusterfuck of things going on for
just
you to
for
play
this tiny little screen kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's wild.
You're like, I need a backpack full of shit to take this into the car.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I had the little carrying cases for both of them. That I think about it. They had little carrying cases. Yeah, so definitely the first one was a hand-me-down.
So I
We're too
didn't-
fucking poor for that.
I didn't even know they had like this battery pack that Harry has is awesome. It's like it looks like it clips onto the console and then plugs into the bottom where you would normally like charge it or plug in whatever.
It has grip on it too.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty neat.
my parents, we just bought the rechargeable AA's.
Okay.
That's
That was
a
a
good way to
big
do
thing
it.
in the 90s, the rechargeable batteries.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. They're even better now if you look into them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
the
they were
ones.
great back in the 90s.
No,
I'll be honest.
I mean, like, but since it was like 4 of us having the OG Game Boys that took 4 batteries each, like,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, like, this is like $20 in batteries, like, every time these things die, which
Yeah.
is basically like every weekend or whatever.
Yep.
And that was a lot back in the day.
Yeah,
It
my
was.
parents were like, fuck it, we'll just charge them, like, and we'll
Yeah.
just buy 40 batteries or whatever and go to town.
Trying to feed these 4 kids, let alone buy them fucking
know.
AA batteries every 2 weeks. Jesus Christ.
My parents shouldn't have had so many kids. I don't know what the fuck to tell them.
No.
Contraception, kids.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
couldn't have afforded 2. I don't know why they had 4.
I don't know. My parents stopped at 1, so hey, good on me. I didn't have to share shit.
I got scraps of everything.
Really? You
But,
should. You're the oldest. You should have been able to push the rest of them out of the way and be like,
Doesn't really work that way.
seniority.
No, they feed the weak ones first.
Oh, so that's why Joe's so healthy.
It's fat, Steve, not healthy.
I know.
But that's only a recent development.
Give me those B cups.
Oh. We should talk about some of the features. So they introduced. So they did have the cord thing, which was huge for trading Pokemon. You had to hook up this cord.
yeah. So
I
you
did have
had,
a
like,
cord with
patch
this too.
cable where you could do trading for mostly Pokemon, but there were other few games that you could play multiplayer with as
Yeah,
well.
and they had this proximity thing that they released on the Game Boy Color that's at the top.
Yeah, it was an IR blaster like your TV remote where they
yeah.
would send codes back and forth basically, and you wouldn't have to patch together. You would just have to point them at each other.
Yeah, it
Right.
didn't work for a lot of things, but it was
Yeah.
like
When it did work, you felt cool.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh man, look, we don't even have to have wires
We're
going
just
between
touching
these
tips.
things. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. We're going to do this again in 10 years, but different.
nice,
It's dicks.
cool. If you want to talk about the accessories on the Advance, I have no idea.
So I didn't have an Advance, but while I was doing a little bit of the research on this stuff, I did see that there was a like a Wi-Fi adapter for it that, plugged in externally.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I know nothing of
I
the
feel like
accessories for that
Wi-Fi
one.
technology was strange in its early.
Well, I mean,
Like,
it's the Wild
yeah,
West.
yeah,
of
Well, I mean, if you think
technology,
about
yeah.
it, I mean, it was the same way. I mean, even all the way up to the Xbox 360, it was an add-on device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to pay extra for like, oh, do you want to just like plug
Until
it
it
in?
got
or do you
late in
want wire?
generation and they did console updates or whatever. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
to have Wi-Fi on a handheld device in 2001,
Nuts.
fucking wild.
Yeah.
Nuts. I know, at least when it came to the Advanced, then you actually had some like backlighting for your screen.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
that was finally the first Game Boy that actually had that, where you didn't need like an extra peripheral attachment to put on to be able to play at nighttime.
Yeah.
But like I said, like personally, I'm very limited in my experience with that. I just know, at least pretty much just like the 2 games is all I have. I never went out and bought any. I still have that one somewhere too. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my advanced experience is basically just osmosis through Clark and then emulating a select few games that he had and got me into.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
I guess I'll just throw in an asterisk if we're talking about like extra Nintendo devices. I did have a Virtual Boy for a little bit there because that's
not a Game Boy.
That's it's not going to fit it.
Well, we're going to do the Virtual Boy episode.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 minutes.
No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I know. My only experience is like 3 minutes playing at Toys R Us display model.
My dad got
I don't
me
even think
one.
I ever ever. I don't think I've ever seen one in person.
I played the shit out of that thing.
God.
I wish I still had it.
Fucking, let's try to track one down at the next Too Many Games.
And just buy one for the podcast.
Yeah. We'll just dick around with it tonight.
I'd throw in for that, and it's probably going to make you sick. Except for Mario Tennis. Mario Tennis was dope, but there was like almost like a piloting ship game where
That was it was like kind of VR, but it was like red, right?
yeah, everything was red. It was red and black. Those were the colors for it, and it was probably
Just getting blasted by like a grocery store scanner for 20 minutes.
most.
My retinas are gone.
Yeah, I think red's like the worst color for your
yeah.
eyes too.
Yeah.
Like it's real bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I between like my mom and dad.
And that's
only,
why Steve can't fly planes.
only it is because they only need glasses for reading when they got older, and I needed glasses to fucking see, and I'm sure Virtual Boy did not fucking help with that. And that's what
Thanks, Virtual Boy.
That's what dashed my pilots, my dreams of being a fucking Air Force pilot. And it's like, yep, no, you wear glasses. You can't do that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go play more Virtual Boy. Fuck. Yeah.
Wild. All right, should we?
Let's get into games.
Yeah,
Games.
we've been talking. Damn, I think this is the longest discussion on just the console.
Well,
that we've
good,
had.
because the next part's not great.
No. Well. To be fair,
Let's stay tuned, though.
there was 3 to go through and like a little more history with it.
Yeah,
for this,
yeah.
but
I think to me, there's not as many games, but there's a ton of nostalgia.
Okay.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's wild that happened that way because there is not a lot of games, but I do have a lot of memories of Game Boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like even going through the list, like I'm finding like certain like stuff that I know really stood out, and
Yeah.
then I know I had more games than this, but I just don't remember because, to be fair, that was a long fucking time ago.
Good stuff. So top 5 games. Anybody want to go first? Any volunteers or?
Sure. Super Mario Land.
Ah, great game. Great game.
Yeah.
Also on my list.
Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be some crossover here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was the first Super Mario game for Game Boy, and I think really like the only.
It was a launch title.
Yeah. So of course, if you have that for the OG Game Boy, because it's all mixed up here. I mean, it's literally only the original and some color. Yeah, I mean, I think that's where a lot of us started out who actually played the original Game Boy, probably in our age bracket anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Super Mario Land, I played a fuck ton. Like I said, it's on my list. I'm just going to speak about it now to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Like I said, my family, we each got the 4 consoles for Christmas. We each got a different game. We traded games pretty regularly just to keep busy or whatever. And that was one of the ones that I just played a fuck ton of. And you couldn't save. You
Yep.
just had to keep playing.
Yep.
Literally every time I put that game in my Game Boy to play, I would make sure my batteries were fresh.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is going to be like a fucking 5-hour go at this.
I'm going to get through this, goddammit.
Yeah, and it was so much fun. I could still vividly remember a lot of those levels.
Oh, yeah.
God, not even passwords.
No passwords.
That's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, dude. And there was still just a lot of the Super Mario that you're familiar with, there was still World 1, World 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, and then it got all the way up to World 8,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and you still only had 3 lives. Same concept as regular Mario. But
yeah, I was going to say, Super Mario Brothers, there is no save. You just play until you
Yeah.
die, and then you start over. Same thing for Super Mario Land.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun though.
Oh, yeah. No, it was fun. What's your number 5, Harry?
I'm gonna go with Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I don't know if you play this, so it's very similar. The first 4 levels are very similar. Actually, they're basically identical to the arcade Donkey
Right.
Kong, where you're climbing up the ladders.
Uh-huh.
But then it changes its formula, and you're in these little arenas with other enemies, and you got to get a key to a door, and you progress, and you do 3 levels of those before you get to another climb the ladder to Donkey Kong type round.
Interesting.
And the world map looks kind of similar to Donkey Kong Country, where you have the map of a certain environment, and you got the circles that you're
Yeah.
clearing and stuff. I was searching YouTube videos today because I couldn't remember what fucking game it was. I originally thought it was a Kirby game, and I watched a Kirby playthrough, and I was like, this doesn't ring a bell at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going down the list and up and down in the list over and over again, and I finally was like, Donkey Kong, was that it? And I was fast forwarding on the video, and I was like, this is it. I remember all of this now.
Yeah.
So yes, Donkey Kong, number
Very
5.
cool.
Yeah. That was Game Boy, not Game Boy Color.
Right.
That was an older one.
Very cool. My number 5 is Yoshi. Just OG
Yeah,
Yoshi, which
Yoshi.
was more of a puzzle game,
Yeah.
kind of like a similar concept of a Dr. Mario or Tetris kind of deal,
Yeah.
where you would match up the different. You would basically have different Mario caricatures, the plant would drop down and you would match things up and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I played the fuck out of it and it was a lot of fun. Really into those puzzle games, so
Yeah.
they were definitely easy to kill time on the handhelds. Of just again, a lot of these OG consoles were how do we increase replayability and, get the longevity out of it? And it was like, same concept of the other ones.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
All right, I'll start number 4 too.
Okay.
Why not? Pokemon Yellow.
Oh, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also on my list.
I know after playing because this was the third Pokemon game to come out for Game Boy, and I just remember being a younger Steve and just being stoked that it's like I get to start with Pikachu and then just go with an entire journey of Pikachu.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
Yeah. Because I was like real big into the show when that came out too.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
So good.
God, we can do
Yeah,
it.
the show, the game, the cards, like
Yep.
Japanese,
All
they
of it.
fucking knew what they were doing.
Dude,
All
we
of
were
it.
at that prime age where like what was that, like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, like where that came out, where we
Yeah.
were just like,
Yeah.
it
That-
hit us like at the perfect time.
That was right around like the end of elementary, the beginning of middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great time.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so exciting.
Oh, it really was. I just found some old cards like recently.
Yeah.
So it's
I wish that show was more adult though. Like thinking back on it now, it was super childish. Super childish.
We're talking Pokemon. I have to give my dad like 10,000 stars for being parent of the fucking millennia for sitting through Pokemon the movie.
Sorry.
I think if not if not once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
Because that movie, as an adult, I'm sure if you're sitting there, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with my
It's not
kid?
good.
Did you
No.
go to see it to get the promotional card that they had?
I did. I got the
Absolutely.
I got the
I
ancient
didn't know
Mew.
that was a thing.
yeah.
Yeah, ancient Mew. Yeah.
Yep.
I got that. Yep.
I can fucking show you that card.
Yeah. I got it. It might be somewhere.
You already showed me your Game Boy. I think I'm good for the night.
Okay.
I can
but
only
yeah.
load so much.
I mean, Joe can only come so much.
But right, same.
Yeah. Tomato. Yeah. Pokemon Yellow, number 4.
Very nice.
Man, I'll save my thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I'll go number 4 next.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is an advanced game.
Oh.
It's called Advance Wars, and it was the game Clark got me into. So much fun. Basically building an army, kind of moving around map via map. It was kind of, looking back on it now, it feels very roguelike.
Okay.
In its, it's
Is this like an early RTS?
it's not really an RTS though.
Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, like you actually like had battlefields, and it was more like what's the closest thing recently that we've played that I would be able to explain is actually more like the South Park game.
Oh. Stick of Truth?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I
Like
forgot.
that type of battle format.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Okay.
But like you have like tanks and different things like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun though.
Huh.
And that was literally like Clark like had that game. He's like, dude, check this out. And I was like, I have to figure out emulators to play this because I want to play it. It was awesome.
Harry, number 4.
Oh, number 4. I'm going with Final Fantasy Adventure.
Ooh.
Now,
That's an original Game Boy, right?
Yeah. Because it didn't have any color on the Game
Yeah.
Boy Color.
Yeah.
So that's how I used to
Yep.
tell them apart. So I bought this game in a lot. So it was I back in like booting up AOL, right? Getting on eBay. I remember staying up way late in the night because this auction didn't end until like 2:33 a.m. in the morning. And it
Jesus.
was Super Game Boy, Final Fantasy Adventure 1, 2, 3. Had some game I think called like Sword of Hope. It was just like this.
Somebody just dumping their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But I
Yeah.
was like, I want all of this, and like I was really into Final Fantasy. I really
Yeah.
wanted this Super Game Boy. Like,
Right.
It was just like, oh my god, everything is so perfect right now. But yeah, so Final Fantasy Adventure was the best of that bunch. I think I played a little bit of each Final Fantasy, but Adventure was the one that really
That
stuck
grabbed
with
you.
me. Now, just to kind of compare it, it's very, very similar to like an over-the-top Zelda game.
Okay.
Where you're going screen to screen with an added element of leveling up.
Oh.
So you're gaining stats and acquiring weapons and magic through a leveling up system. So
All
it's
right.
like Zelda with Final Fantasy
Extra,
sprinkled on
yeah.
top kind of thing.
So they made a baby.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Very, very
Nice.
addicting.
Cool.
Very cool.
All right. Who wants to do number 3? Harry, you want to go back to back?
Sure.
Jenny to Jenny?
This was I only wrote down Resident Evil, but it's Resident Evil Gaiden or something like that. It was a color game, but I think it was an
Okay.
early Game Boy Color game. I was just mad into Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And this had like
Surprise.
Yeah, I know, right?
I fucking love you, Joe.
But no, this took place on a luxury cruise ship, and all the zombies just whatever. But
Push him over the edge. Done.
He just screams. You just get a text blocked. Overboard.
But no, it was interesting because it was also over the top, but then you go into this like mini battle screen when a zombie would get too close to you.
Okay.
And you could see them in the background approaching closer and closer. And there was this like dial that went back and forth, and to hit, you had to hit it like when it hit like
One of those.
yeah, one of those.
Okay.
Okay.
But what was awesome, it had like the best cast of characters from like Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, both like so Barry Burton was one of the main characters.
Huh.
Along with Leon Kennedy.
Get
And I
the
was just
fuck
like,
out.
what a duo.
I
And there was
know.
a third character. I'm going to guess Chris or something, but it didn't matter. They
Sure.
had me at Leon and Barry. And you could only,
Done.
I think you could only have a party of 2.
Okay.
So
That was
that
your
was
party
that was
too.
my party every time. I don't even care who the third fucking character was. So it's just
Awesome.
Nice.
so yeah, no, it was a cool game.
Nice.
Now I should mention, I think despite playing all these Game Boy games, I think I only ever beat one Game Boy game.
Oh yeah, they're not.
There wasn't a whole lot.
I don't think they were like
Again,
they were
they
just
don't
yeah.
make them to be beaten.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
just
They
casual
make them-
playing.
they make them to be able to be replayed over and
Yeah.
over and still have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just keep playing this.
Yeah.
Did you beat it? I'm playing this.
Outside of my number 3, which was Pokemon Yellow,
Oh,
which
okay.
was kind of made to be beaten, in a way, whether you played the story or
Right.
you were a gotta catch 'em all person. Which I never was playing Pokemon.
Yeah. What? Oh wait.
I mean, like,
Just,
I tried as much as I could
Yeah.
throughout, but once I was like done the campaign, like I was just done. You know what I mean? If I was like, oh, I got like 125 or whatever, I was like, that's close enough.
Yeah.
Especially once sidetrack. Once they made Pokemons where you couldn't catch them all and you had to do trading.
That was
was-
for all of them though.
I was
that,
out.
that
I'm
was from
like,
the beginning.
Nah, I'm
yeah.
fucking good.
Well, we'll
I'm
get
good.
there too. But yeah.
But yeah, Pokemon Yellow is my third.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
My number 3 is Kirby's Dream Land.
Man.
Solid. I did play a lot of this
That
game.
I played a shit ton of this game, and I
Yeah.
think this was really my first introduction into Kirby. I mean, I remember like it took a little bit, like while I'm scrolling through like the list of games and that popped out, I'm like, holy fuck, I remember this, and I remember how frustrating that game could be.
That was not an easy game.
No, it was not. But just being able to be like this little blob. Can't call him Pink because you couldn't tell he was fucking pink.
Yeah, it was clear.
This little blob, because I'm pretty sure this was on the.
It was on original.
I played this on original.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like being able to, suck up the enemies and then just having to like jump up and hit down to gain their abilities, and then the variety that this game had, like for a game at the time for Game Boy and the age bracket I was in, it was just this was great. And I remember getting so pissed off as a kid. Thankfully I wasn't one of those kids that like fucking threw the controllers or like totally overreacted. I would just make the noise like "Arr, arr," and
Like, son of a...
having one of the parents be like, don't get mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just
Dick lad.
frustrated.
Early cursing. Crap.
Yeah,
Crud.
yeah. That was one that really taught me. It's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna have a bad time sometimes, but that's also going to be a fun time. So get ready. And then just kept playing games, so continuation of a theme.
Nice.
Right,
I'll go next.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Super Mario Land.
all right.
Yeah, I already talked about it. Fantastic game. Played it a fuck ton.
Right.
Again, one of the games that my family got when we all got our Game Boys for Christmas the first year.
Gotcha. I'll do my number 2. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. That was the game that I got with my Game Boy Color for my Easter present. And that was such a good game in itself. And then having the color where you had like a few extra shades and whatnot in there. But yeah, I think once I put that game in, it was at least half of the time the only game that was in there.
Nice.
There was only one more that was in there, which will be number 1, but we'll get there.
Nice. Harry?
Number 2, Metroid 2: Return of Samus.
Ooh, shit.
Okay.
There you go.
It's the only Metroid game I've ever played, but this was an awesome
Yeah.
game. Really tough, and like you could save in this game, but you wouldn't want to. You kind of have to play this in one sit because as soon as you boot it up, you're like, "Where the hell am I?"
Oh,
It's kind of like
that's rough. That happens a lot in games.
yeah. Well, it's like one of those like it's just a labyrinth of up and down and through all these caverns and like it just all looks the same.
Right.
That if you don't beat it in the one sit,
You just forget where the fuck you're at.
you have no idea. And you have limited like ammunition, but as soon as you like walk off screen, a lot of things just spawn again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, actually, you know what I was doing for a while? We were kind of drawing out the map on paper. Just because it got so difficult to keep track of where you were that we were just like
Making your own strategy guides.
we've done this
Your
with a couple
maps.
games.
Oh, yeah. You had to.
Yeah, there were some games you fucking absolutely needed to.
Yeah. Mom, can I get this? It's like, no. All right. Can I have some graph paper?
You're like, all right, Steve's official strategy guide.
Exactly.
I'm gonna make so much money off of this.
Just draw like a crude drawing of like an amoeba or something, and it's like, this is Samus. It's like that's retarded. Oh, great.
Like this Samus character is so badass. There's no way it's a girl.
Yeah.
And then you get that issue of Nintendo Power, and they're like long blonde hair. It's like, what the fuck?
She's like holding her helmet in her arm.
Yeah, blonde hair, green eyes. I'm like,
Just like, I
shit.
think I just hit puberty.
Yep. Well,
I don't even
found
know
a
what that
fetish.
is.
Yep. So, Dad, what's happening?
My wiener's doing things.
My pants are alive. With the sound of Samus.
That got weird.
Do I touch her nipple again?
I'm uncomfortable right now.
I don't know if he went for Disturbed or Simon and Garfunkel, but either way, yoink.
Either way, his nipple's soft now. They're even. Yeah.
All right, are we on to number 1s? Did we hit everything?
I think it's number 1 time.
Number 1s.
Number 1. Number 1. I need to take a number 2.
All right, I'll go first.
All right.
Do it.
Pokemon Gold. Boom.
It's in both your Game Boys.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah.
That game was the tits. I never even really played like the first generation.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna give up 100 Pokemon to go back.
yeah, right. I got 250, motherfucker.
Yeah. Pokemon Red doesn't have Sunkern
Nice.
or Wooper
Yeah,
or
fucking Wooper, not
or
bad.
Mareep,
Wooper, not bad.
Flaffy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, god damn, that game was awesome. That and the day-night cycle that they had on the game. Bah!
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
to
dope.
cause different Pokemon to spawn and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could like decorate your bedroom in that. And
Did they have like the addition? Was there additional evolutions of Eevee in that one?
Other than the 3.
Outside of Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon?
Yes, the night and dark one.
Oh my god.
Umbreon,
Umbreon and Solarion or something?
something like that. Yeah.
I want to say it was an S.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, because the night and dark, depending on when they evolved.
When you evolved them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you fucking racist.
Oh God, that was a cool game. That's what's brought it back. That got me into this huge investment of the DS, and I was like, I just want to play Gold again, just modernized. And I was like, what? They made this Heart Gold game.
Yeah, they've done that to all of them now. Like there's
have
Fire Red, there's Leaf Green, there's
My only issue is that they sprinkled in a couple later generation Pokemon.
yeah,
Which irritates the fuck out of me.
yeah.
And it drives me nuts that it's in the Pokedex.
Says the one who fucking played Gold. They sprinkled some extra Pokemon. There was 150, you bitch. And now you're talking about extra Pokemon with your 250 Pokemon Pokedex.
That's why they should have kept.
fucking brutal.
Actually, believe it or not, it was only supposed to, like the Pokemon series was supposed to end after the Gold and Silver generation.
They were making way too much money. Clearly.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
yeah.
It's a
But that's
fucking
what they
juggernaut.
intended. They just want to do the first generation, second generation, and be done with it. That was the game plan.
You know where mine ended? With my number one, Pokemon Red. 150 Pokemon. That's what it was.
You had Yellow and Red.
I had Yellow and Red. Yeah, I had Red first, and I remember being on the bus, and my friend John Rupert had Pokemon Blue.
Name drop.
Yep. So he was the only friend that I knew that had Blue, and also a Game Boy, and we would sit on the bus on the way home. We usually had about like 15 minutes, and we would just trade the fuck out of, like, well, I can't get this one, I can't get that one, and we were able to trade enough to get each other to 150 plus.
Yeah.
And then like do
Plus?
and then do battle to be able to go back and forth. Yes, because there was also Missing No on Pokemon Red, which was if you took your Lapras, or at least like whatever Pokemon you could like go through the sea in, and if you coasted back and forth a certain amount of times off of Seafoam Island, it would make the game glitch. And with the glitch, it would come up as just this random bunch of like pixels in a glyph, and it was missing no. And it was like level 150, and you could only get Pokemon to level 99 with like your power candy and all that other shit.
Rare candy. Jesus.
And if you keep going back and forth, it wasn't just missing no. I had like a level 143 Gengar, level 130 something Rapidash.
Fucking Rapidash.
Yeah,
What a
exactly.
waste.
So missing no was that extra. I mean, it broke the game, but then you would just have like these fucking uber Pokemon. And I remember I found that before John did, and we were doing like the link up battle, and he threw out like a level 50 Blastoise, and I just come out with like a level 130 Pikachu. He's like, what is that? You cheated. I'm like,
cheated.
Fucking wrecked. That's what that is.
it's in the game, it counts. And he's like, that's not fair. I'm like, here's a Pokemon you can't get. And we're like, okay, it's good. But that was even so much fun that once I got the Game Boy emulator on one of my last phones, when I was working at Robert Wayne, I would just go in the back and just play Pokemon. I would get there early. It's like, oh, I got to open. Counter drawer, wall looks okay. It looks like shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to play Pokemon. And then I went through and...
This is why the store's closed permanently now.
Oh, no. I was already gone by that
Yeah,
point.
I know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think you guys
did-
are the only ones keeping it open.
I did. So Claudia posted that one thing. She's like, "Oh, worked with some great people over the." I just wanted to like grill everybody because your entire post, they were all store managers at one point of that store.
Yeah.
And I just want to like say like, "Oh, your fucking fault. It's gone." Just grill everybody. But I was like, "Nah, I'll like it. I won't be that asshole."
There you go. But yeah, Pokemon Red, my number one. I never owned Blue. I just got the rest of the Pokemon from John, and John got the Pokemon from me, and we were good to go
Nice.
until Yellow came out.
I never I knew people with other games, but I never knew anybody with a patch cable where we could actually trade.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I was like, man, that sucks.
yeah. I
I was like, it'd be sweet to have a fucking Charmander.
I asked for one of the holidays or my birthday or something for it's like, can I have a Game Boy transfer cable? And that was one of the presents. And I remember being so fucking elated when I got that. And when I told John, he was on the same boat. He was like, you got it? I'm like, I got it. Oh my God, we can do this. And that was it. It was so cool. I want to play Pokemon Red now.
Nice.
I'll play Gold. Give me this.
New file. Delete.
Actually, fun. Well, it's not fun. The gold second edition, they have a little battery in the cartridges.
All the games do.
Yeah.
No, they stopped doing that after a certain point where it actually saved.
All the
in
Game Boy
hard
and Game Boy
state.
Colored ones did.
They started doing that at a certain
Well, anyway,
point.
I thought I had
Yeah.
all like fucking Pokemon. I booted it up a couple years ago, and I was like, "What the fuck? It reset everything." I found out they only hold the charge for so many years.
Yeah, you got to replace it.
Oh, well, yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. Well, when you let it sit for so fucking long.
Yeah.
it's gonna- yeah.
They weren't expecting it to last 25 years.
Right. All right, Joe, number 1.
My number 1 is Kirby's Dream Land.
Ah!
It was the game I got for Christmas with my Game Boy, and I played that game way too much and didn't get anywhere, I feel like.
No.
As Steve said, that game was extremely difficult.
Yeah, it was.
But every time I played it, I wanted to go back for more.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Kirby
the
was
controls
crack.
felt so good in it too. I was like,
Yeah.
because he still had the jumping where you do the floating just like in Super Smash and things
Yep.
like that, and it just felt so good and was so fun to play.
Yeah.
And it was so different than all the other platformers
Right.
that I was playing at the time.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Definitely. Oh, all this is so much nostalgia. I need to find my Game Boy.
I know exactly where mine's at.
All right. Let's get into our dwindling list. Sorry,
I actually
everybody.
added a few to my list as we were kind of talking.
Okay.
I know.
I have one defining game.
Oh, I was do honorable mentions.
Yeah, let's do
Honorable
honorables
mentions.
first.
I have no honor. Well, I guess. You know what? Yeah. Maybe I'll switch defining to honorable mentions because it's not necessarily defining. Tetris. That's it.
Yeah. I think everybody had Tetris
Yes.
on Game Boy.
Yeah. I played the fuck out of that game, to be very honest with you, though. Even to this day, if I come across a little side, you never know, because it's some random what used to be Flash or something else like Tetris. It's I'll play Tetris in a heartbeat.
I've
Yeah.
just played so much Tetris across so many consoles, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of over Tetris, in my opinion.
I don't mind it.
There's a few new things that Tetris has done. There's the Tetris Battle Royale game. If you've seen that, that's pretty interesting. It's how they do Tetris battles, where
Yeah.
you every time you delete a line, it sends it to the opponent's layer.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, there's there's that, but it's on a scale of 100 people. And
Oh,
they're you
Jesus.
send it to other people, and there's groups, and you knock people out, and then it goes down to the next group, and
That's neat.
you knock people. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
I would play that because I remember there was a Super Nintendo game that I played with one of my buddies when I worked at Quest. We get done work at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, go over his house, get high as shit, and then it was a Yoshi attack or something where it was basically a Yoshi battle where it was Tetris, and then once you had a certain number of blocks or you got a certain pattern, it would just fucking dump on your
That was the
opponent.
Yoshi game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, I'd play that Tetris in a fucking heartbeat.
yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'll just toss this out as an honorable mention real quick since we brought up Tetris. It's not on my list, and I hope I'm not screwing this up, but I think Dr. Mario was on Game Boy.
It's on my list.
It
Okay.
it was on Game Boy. It was
A very similar kind of concept to Tetris.
yeah. Well, it was originally
Colored pills flip around.
It was
Yeah.
on Nintendo first, and then they released it on
Yeah, it was a
Game
port.
Boy. Yeah, because I know for Nintendo, my mom played the fuck out of Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, going back to Tetris real quick, that was pretty much the only game my dad would play.
oh
And he would like play it, and then like it'd be like 4 hours later, and he'd be like still like on the same life.
Okay.
And he'd be like, "Are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Like he was ridiculous at Tetris, and like that's like one of my fondest memories is like playing Tetris with him. Like not just on the Game Boy, obviously you can't play multiplayer,
Yeah.
but like I ended up like just buying more Tetris games like as like on Xbox and stuff like that because it would be like, yep, let's play Tetris together.
There's
like,
one thing I know I can buy, and Dad's going to play this with me, so
Yeah,
let's do that.
exactly.
Oh, that's really cool.
And like Tetris was like that thing that I was just like, holy fuck.
yeah.
Like he was so good at Tetris, and like I'll never forget that. Like just being in awe
Nice.
about how good he was because it was insane.
Good shit.
Yeah. One of my honorable mentions, I'll name one off real quick, is golf. I am a sucker for golf games, and this was the first one that got me.
Yes.
Very, very simple. I think you had 9 clubs. Like you didn't have all your irons or woods or anything like that.
Yeah.
You had a sand wedge and a putter, but it was like very simple. Like you kind of aimed with the D-pad, and then you had like a meter that would go left and right that you had to like click like where you wanted to like hit the ball, like whether you hit it center or like sliced it or whatever. And then you had your after that you did your power.
Yeah.
And like I'm a sucker for those games, man. I played the fuck out of that.
I really been wanting to play like some of the newer like PGA games. Like
Yeah,
one was
like
just
Tiger
like
Woods or whatever.
One was just like free on PlayStation not too long ago. I'd love to play.
Yeah, Hot Shots Golfs are fucking like
Oh,
that.
Hot Shots. Yeah.
They're fucking fun.
You know, I was thinking about this. So, along with the golf vein, did they ever make like a disc golf video game on any console? I know that's kind of like a niche.
So there's one on Steam.
Oh, is there?
It's fucking brutal.
So you've already looked into this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clark bought it.
Okay. Did
He
he?
bought it. Yeah.
Oh,
Are you
Clark.
surprised?
No.
No.
Okay.
No,
then.
he went fucking hard on disc golf.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I
No
mean,
offense, Clark. We're pointing out the obvious here.
yeah. I mean, even so, he's like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I have so many goddamn discs,
yeah.
so many." I mean, the stuff he does with them is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
got to at least give him that. But
Yeah, this golf game looks like it's like a PlayStation 1 game, and it's new.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
Nice.
not great.
All right.
I have a couple other honorable mentions. Unless you guys have some.
I'm out.
You said you had. Okay,
I got nothing, no other games.
you can go through your honorables.
Okay. Paperboy 2.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
It wasn't as good as the Super Nintendo equivalent, but it was still like
It was still Paperboy.
Paperboy on the go.
Yeah. I think what made this game harder is your range that you could see on the street.
You
was
couldn't see down the
less.
street as far.
Yeah, so
You had to
you
really
had
look
to
one out
react
time.
very quickly to things. So there was that, and you had less road to kind of
Yeah,
to
you couldn't
work
move
with.
to the side as much.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We just fucked. Like I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever made it past the first level. And back into the Pokemon vein, but the Pokemon trading card game
On the Game
on
Boy.
the Game Boy.
on the Game Boy. Yeah,
Jesus, I never.
it was on
had
the
that
it was on
one.
the Game Boy Color.
Okay.
And it was like kind of like I think it was like the first 2 sets of cards that were on the market. It's like
Okay.
your first edition and the Jungle set. if you
Okay.
remember any
Oh
of that.
yeah,
So
I still have a first edition Machamp.
Yeah, I do too. Because it came preloaded in the starter pack.
Oh, did he?
It did, yeah.
Oh,
So
well,
they're not worth that much.
well, I also have a first.
Well, I think talk to Kyle though; he might still be worth something.
Yeah, I don't think Machamp's much. I have the Shadowless first edition Alakazam, which is like I think the pride and joy of what I have. He's there. I think he might be worth something. I don't fucking know. You got to pay to get it created, and they're, as Kyle said, they're way backed up, like a year out. That's not worth it. But I didn't even know they made the fucking card game on the Game Boy.
Yeah. Didn't have all the cards, but like,
Yeah.
you kind of. I think it was like, you win a match against the computer, you get a new card, and we're like,
Oh.
oh my god, it's gonna make my deck so much better.
Yeah. Oh my god, I have 27 now out of 30.
Nice.
It was kind of cool because I didn't have anybody to play the card game with, and I wanted
Yeah.
to play so bad.
Any others on your honorable list?
No.
Okay.
All right.
So I have a couple yet then. So I had Tetris on mine, golf, as I mentioned, Dr. Mario, as we mentioned, a couple. So I forgot how big movie games were until I looked at the list for these.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, I forgot. Like, and one of them that I had was Judge Dredd.
Oh shit!
Really?
Yeah, Judge Dredd, which is side-scrolling platformer, just like fucking 98% of other games on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Played very much like a Metroid game, but I didn't have Metroid. I had Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
And,
Dread.
and I remember playing the fuck out of that game.
That would be like the knockoff Metroid.
Yeah, it would. they basically wear the same fucking suit.
You're in like 2021 Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that used to be the future, and here we are.
Here we are. Detroit is dead. It's accurate.
Oh yeah, so they nailed it. Just less awesome fucking uniforms.
And then one of the games, which I thought was hilarious, and I don't know how it happened. It was one of the games that we got for Christmas. It was the one one of my sisters got. Was Ren and Stimpy Vidiots.
Oh fuck.
And it was a Ren and Stimpy side-scroller game.
Yeah.
There was 4 levels.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was ridiculously hard, though. I only
Okay.
beat like the first level like twice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Like,
think-
and each level was based off of like one of the episodes from the show.
Yeah. I remember I think I remember wanting that because I had the Ren and Stimpy game for Super Nintendo. I'm like, oh, then I can play it on the go. My parents never got it for me, and you telling me it's only 4 levels, then I feel better about that.
Yeah.
Because it would have been nothing like the Super
I didn't
Nintendo
know it was
one.
4 levels until I looked it up today.
Oh. God, now you're like...
'Cause
that
I didn't even get
makes
that far.
sense. Yeah.
It was fucking ridiculously hard. But yeah, that's all I have as far as my memories of standout games to me.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah.
This was a fun one. I did that. Honestly, I thought this episode was going to be shorter, just being like Game Boy. But I mean, I think that it really kind of it tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as console defining, I mean, pick Mario. I don't Tetris.
Super Mario Land, Tetris, in my opinion. Kirby, obviously.
Yeah. Kirby is a big one. 'Cause was Kirby ever on like a console?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. Super
Okay.
Nintendo.
Okay.
That was like when Kirby was really introduced, at least like in North America. There was like an actual like a regular Kirby game, and then I remember there was Kirby Pinball.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember, but yeah, it's
But I think like the game that most people would think of when they think of Game Boy is something Pokemon related. Would be my honest
definitely.
opinion. And probably first generation.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I got into second generation, but I think the first generation is the ones that people really put on that pedestal.
Yeah, when I played Red, that was originally OG, which then also transferred over to Game Boy Color, and you got the color with it. And then then Yellow was my first actual Game Boy Color game.
When you look at like the Pokemon art, so like you always see like the back of their heads essentially
Right.
when they show up in battle.
Yeah.
The difference between first generation and second generation is wild.
Yeah, it is.
They look fucking terrible first generation,
Yeah.
and then you shift over to second, you're like, oh, I know what this actually is now.
Yeah,
there are some things that you look at in the first generation, you're like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Oh, that's Big Dick B. Everybody knows that.
Big Dick B. Yeah, that video is funny.
That's 3 little shit. Onion Turtle.
No, Big Dick B is awesome.
I know. Oh, that's Party Wiener. Oh, man.
Good stuff.
Oh, this was a fun one.
Yes. Thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Well,
Fuck off.
if we don't have anything else to cover, I would say, join us in 2 weeks for our review of the Dark Pictures anthology, Little Hope.
Little Hope. Yeah.
Cool.
What a game.
Yeah, we'll stay sexy.
I love you guys.
Stay safe.
Stay lovely.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on social media and all streaming platforms at Superfun Podcast for more episodes. If you enjoyed the show, tell a friend about us and consider becoming a Patreon member for more exclusive content.